my campaign for president, I made a commitment. I made a commitment that would provide student debt relief. And I'm honoring that commitment today.
Sure is,
Using the
baby.
authority Congress granted the Department of Education, we will forgive $10,000 in outstanding federal student loans. In addition, students who come from low-income families, which allowed them to qualify to receive a Pell Grant, will have their debt reduced $20,000.
President Biden has kind of been backed into a corner. I get the sense he is unhappy about it. An extension, at least the last couple, has given the Biden administration a little bit more cover as they're trying to figure out what to do with student debt cancellation.
Why? Why are they backed into a corner? This is a good thing, man. Yo, the media is like fundamentally brain broken, dude. It's just like everyone, dude. Everyone is so fucking crazy. I feel like I've taken crazy pills, okay? Dude, everyone is treating this like it's such a bad thing. Let the fucking old dickhead have his W, man. Oh, he's really been backed into a corner. Like, what do you mean? What fucking corner? He had every legal right to do this, and he did it. And now you're like fucking mad. So you're just straight up trying to create like a contentious perspective, a contentious narrative, when his fucking approval rating picked up by 6 points immediately. The disdain that the press across the board have for the working class in this fucking country is mind-boggling to me. I'm losing my fucking mind. God damn it. Even the fucking Groypers were right about the media. Holy fuck.
Student loan payments pause is going to end. It's going to end December 30. I'm extending to December 31st, 2022 by resuming student loan payments. As we provide targeted relief, we're taking an economically responsible course.
To a lot of critical and perhaps salty folks at this point, they're saying that the administration keeps kicking the can down the road, essentially. And in doing so, you're also costing the government millions, if not billions of dollars in accrued interest that's going unpaid at this point. Liberal lawmakers on Capitol Hill have been pushing for an extension, in part because of inflation. I think the idea of adding an additional bill back into the budget of many American households at a time where they're already dealing with higher prices just seems like an untenable policy.
Isn't this going to raise taxes? No, man. What are you talking about? No. Shut the fuck up. No, it's already debt. It's debt that the federal government holds. Not only that, but also on top of that, it's already payments that were made to college campuses. Why would they do that? How would the taxes be increased off of this? It's debt that's already been paid to the fucking schools, man. And not only that, but it hasn't even been paid for the past 2 years. Governments never have to raise taxes for any spending. No, they can do it. Not America, though. Other governments have to do it. They actually do have to balance a budget because they're not America, okay? America technically doesn't have to do it. And it doesn't do it all the fucking time. You're just too stupid to recognize when it doesn't do it for big businesses or for the American military. But when they do it for poor people, when they get fucking a fraction of a goddamn crumb, you're like, whoa. What about the deficit? We got to fix that. We got to balance the budget, dude. Well, guess what? Biden already balanced the fucking budget, okay? He reduced the deficit tremendously, if you care about that sort of thing, which nobody really does, except for the fucking Democrats.
Many American households at a time where they're already dealing with higher prices just seems like an untenable policy.
I think it is appropriate at a time when so many of our younger generation are struggling that we should cancel all student debt. That is my own view.
I know.
They're should have to go.
They're flip-flopping super hard, Blake Masters and everyone else on abortion. We're going to talk about abortion in a little bit. Hold on.
Go into debt, rushing debt in order to get an education.
Understand, on cancellation, this is something the American people want, and it's something that tens of millions of people need.
He didn't balance the budget. He reduced the national debt. Okay, shut up. Yes, you know what I mean. Fuck you. Shut up. God, you're so fucking annoying. He didn't balance the budget. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Okay? Yes, I used the wrong term. You're right. Which I corrected quickly, immediately after. But it doesn't matter. None of it matters. You can say whatever the fuck you want. No one gives a shit.
Republican lawmakers think this is an unfair policy and a reckless policy. Unfair for the folks who did not go to college.
Okay, I'm more focused on the fucking dummy chatters than I am about whatever this disgusting agitprop is that masks itself as though it is offering objective analysis on the situation when it's basically just a right-wing slanted anti-student loan debt relief agitprop that is just here to shit on if deficit spending or if our budget was a gigantic problem, if deficit hawking was a real thing, then Donald Trump should have been shot, okay? by the Republican Party on the fucking floor of the Senate. The gigantic fucking tax cuts that they gave to corporations and the top 1% of fucking wealth put a whopping fucking multiple trillion dollar fat fucking deficit, added trillions of dollars to the fucking deficit. They would literally hang Mitch McConnell on the fucking Senate floor if a Republican ever cared about the deficit. Shut the fuck up, you dumb econ textbook loving stupid idiots. What about the deficit? Where was the fucking deficit argument when Donald Trump offered the largest fucking tax cuts since Ronald Reagan? Where the fuck was the deficit then? Oh, nobody gives a shit about the deficit when it's wealthy people that take back more, even more of the money that they fucking made off of your backs. Shut the fuck up. God damn it, dude.
And it's something that tens of millions of people need.
Republican lawmakers think this is an unfair policy and a reckless policy. Unfair for the folks who did not go to college, unfair for the folks who went to college and did not borrow, unfair for the folks who went to college, borrowed, and repaid their loans. The other argument is how expensive this is.
That's not unfair. That's not unfair. You're just describing that you're selfish, okay? Moralizing your selfishness as though it's adequate policy, okay? You're literally just saying, like, I mean, God, Americans are so selfish that, like, technically this could work as decent propaganda because it strikes Americans at the heart of their way of existence, which is just being deeply selfish, hyper-individualistic beings. Shadows, the U.S. government does not operate on the same basis as a house budget or even the same basis as a corporate entity. The U.S. government uses debt to set interest rates, which affect all other rates on the planet, a way to sway global investment markets. So without debt and the Treasury securities, the U.S. would wield less power.
Is without really addressing the underlying problems with the federal lending system or with the cost of higher education. There's no accountability measures.
Okay, this part is true, but that has nothing to do with the fucking debt relief, man. The debt relief is problems that already happened, okay? You're describing additional problems that are already happening and Biden not solving them, but it's a good start. The only valid perspective here is that, yes, college education is insanely expensive, okay? And has become so insanely expensive and so unaffordable, it's fucking ridiculous. And it doesn't seem like there is a stopgap measure to kind of ensure that college education is no longer as expensive. How is this unfair to the people whose parents paid for their college so they didn't need loans? Psychopathic take. No, it's not just those people. There are people who paid off their loans. I paid off my loans. I paid off my brother's loans. Like, I don't give a shit personally, okay? I think it's ridiculous to care, but some people are selfish, okay? And they do get mad. They're like, well, what the fuck? I want $10,000 back that I paid for that I could have just used on cool shit. It's just selfishness, though, for the most part.
Being discussed to be paired with this sort of policy. Department of Education is actually on board with an extension. They just want it done in a way that really mitigates any kind of confusion among borrowers. Some lenders need 45 days before they send out notices to borrowers, some just 30. Despite what people may believe, it is not easy to turn back on the repayment system with like a flick of a switch. There are people within the White House who think that this is a sound policy because of the issues of inflation. But there are also people who are more fiscally conservative. The Biden administration is coming off of important wins from the Inflation Reduction Act. A lot of policy experts are starting to get...
Well, not everyone's a millionaire like you, Hassan. For some people, that's a lot of money that they'll never get back. Yes, bro. I know. Apply that principle to all the people that are getting it back, though. You fucking idiot. I love how this turned around to me again for some reason. Maybe just think for like 3.5 seconds, okay? Maybe just think for 3.5 fucking seconds. Apply that principle to those who now have debt relief and recognize that you're shitting on those people who now have debt relief. You're shitting on those less fortunate than you magically. Do you get it? Do you understand? You fucking idiot. It's so stupid. You're literally saying, well, you're rich enough not to care. True. Okay, well, when I pay them off, but that's besides the point. I am now. Like, I wasn't fucking born with this level of financial security, but that's different. But what you are doing now is basically saying, well, people who are marginally more fortunate than those who are less fortunate enough to not even be able to pay those fucking loans off will now get debt relief. You're using me as a way to craft an argument when that argument itself unironically is self-defeating. If you apply it to those who have enough money to pay off their loans versus those who do not. The same argument.
Concerned that another extension and a broad-based debt cancellation would really undermine the policy wins that the administration has recently scored.